Shout out to anyone that recognizes where I am right now, because I haven't filmed in this spot in a very long time. So if you recognize this place, shout out to you, you've been watching for a while. How's it going, guys? Luis here, back with another episode of AskGVN. This is the Q&A series I do, and I'm going to try to do this now once a month. So I asked you guys on Facebook, Twitter, pretty much all my social networks, to send in questions with the hashtag AskGVN so that I can answer them in this video. And the questions don't always have to do with video games. It could be about me, they could be about my personal life, they could be about pretty much any of my interests that I can answer. So if you want to be part of the next episode, feel free to leave a question in the comment section below, or send me a question through email, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, with the hashtag AskGVN. So for this episode, I actually got a lot of questions sent to me through social networks, so I have them here loaded up on the iPad. I'm going to be reading the questions off the iPad, and we're just going to try to do a rapid fire to get through as many questions as possible. So let's get started. If you could go back in time and rename the Wii U for the better consumer awareness, what would it be? I think the project name for the Wii, the Revolution, was a really badass name, so if the Wii U had been a successful idea, I think the name Revolution would have been a badass name for it. Even now with the Nintendo Switch, it seems like Nintendo is sort of coming back to a more positive light. I think the Revolution would have also been a really good name for the Nintendo Switch, even though it doesn't really say what the device does, but I just think the name is really cool, the Revolution. Fun fact, the GameCube was actually called Project Dolphin, and the Wii U's nickname was called Project Cafe, so interesting nicknames there. Does Mike Wazowski wink or blink? Yes. Do you think the Vita Slim is worth getting? I think if you could buy any Vita for under $100, it's a good deal. Over it, it's sort of debatable there. Not many games are coming out for it. The games that are coming out for it are all Japanese-centric games like visual novels, JRPGs. If that's not really your genre, not much of a reason to get it besides to play the backlog of games. So in that case, if you can get it for like $100 or less, I would say do it. If you can't, then hold off. If you could have one game remade with modern graphics, what would it be? After playing Kingdom Hearts 2.8, I would have to choose Kingdom Hearts 2 or Birth by Sleep remade in the same engine that's being used for Kingdom Hearts 3 and 2.8. I think the engine looks really badass. I'm really happy with the modernized graphics. I know we're getting remasters of those games with, 4K visuals, but it's still technically like PS2 graphics, just up-resed. So I would like to see a complete remake of those games. Do you send nudes? Of course I like sending noodles. Diana, we have to, finalize our ramen date because we keep rescheduling it. And for those of you that don't know, this is a person I know in real life. I don't just go up to random girls and be like, do you want to go get ramen? Although, maybe one day. What is your favorite part about college? Definitely the independence. I just like being able to do whatever I want. And that's also a good thing and a bad thing. It comes with the responsibility, but also independence. So I love being able to film at any time of the night I want to. I love being able to just stay up and work on videos. But also I have to maintain a schedule now with college, and there's a lot more responsibility paying my own rent. So, best of both worlds, to quote a very famous blonde singer. What is your biggest fear for the Nintendo Switch, and what Nintendo series do you want to see return? My biggest fear for the Switch is it just becoming another Wii U and failing. I want the Switch to succeed, not so much because I really want Nintendo to be the best. I think that competition in the market is really good, and a healthy competition between Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo means a better overall market for everyone, whether you're playing on Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, or all three, or just on PC. For reference, the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube era was a really great one. There was a lot of great games on everything because it was really competitive. Currently, PlayStation is dominating. Xbox One seems to be getting worse, and hopefully they can turn that around with Scorpio and some new exclusives at E3. And Nintendo may or may not make a comeback coming in March, so we'll have to see how that all goes. Are you wearing that amazing Xbox shirt? Because if you are, it's really awesome. I mean, of course. How can I make the suffering stop? Nah, JK. Huh. If Nintendo could make any franchise and app, what would you want to see? I've said this before, but I think an Infinity Blade gameplay style game with Punch-Out would be really great. Think of it like Punch-Out on the Wii, but with online multiplayer, one-to-one multiplayer matches with your friends through friend codes or whatever Nintendo implements. But then the gameplay is just like Infinity Blade on iOS, where you swipe and swipe up to punch and dodge. I think it'd be a really cool concept, and I think it just works really well on mobile. Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police. That actually was real outside, that wasn't a sound effect. What was your worst high school experience, and what is your worst moment of all grade school? Why do you guys want to hear about the worst experiences I've had in school? It's not like I'm going to talk about the time I pissed myself in the first grade because my teacher made me hold it in, because that didn't happen. If you could only have one existing Zelda game, so not including Breath of the Wild yet, at the exclusion of all the others, which would you choose? First off, how do you know I don't have it yet? And second of all, Link Between Worlds. I like the modern take of the classic, like the traditional Zelda game, the overhead view. I love the modernized take of it. I like that you can go to different dungeons in different orders. I love the modernization of that, so definitely Link Between Worlds. But let me know what you would choose in the comment section below. Really interested to see what the answer would be, or the majority would be. Have you ever considered doing a Let's Play channel or Let's Plays on the regular channel? If so, what would be the first game to Let's Play? I don't really like watching Let's Play content, not even making it, so I don't really have any plans to make a channel or Let's Play content on the channel itself that's on right now. Unless it's like a preview event, that's like the closest I'll ever get to Let's Plays, but in terms of any Let's Play content here, no plans to do it in the future. Live streams and previews are probably your best bet on this channel. If I did do a Let's Play, and if I enjoyed it for some reason, it would probably be one of my favorite games, so Smash Brothers with friends or like Kingdom Hearts. Took off the jacket because it just got way too hot in here. Really hot weather outside, the windows are closed, two really big photography lights in front of me. It gets warm in here. I'm planning on getting a Nintendo Switch in May. What games do you think I should get? Well, off the top of my head, just based on the demos I played, Breath of the Wild and Snipper Clips, those are two games I really recommend. One's $60, one's a $20 digital only game, and they're both pretty fun from what I played so far. But if you guys want a more in-depth recommendation list later on in the future when more games come out, let me know and I'll work on it. Besides Rem, who's your ultimate waifu? I'm talking waifu before you discovered ReZero. Well, Asuna was my original waifu, but in terms of like wife material, I'm gonna have to say Nagisa from Clannad because she's just perfect. She's fantastic. If you want to see a super emotional, drama-filled anime, go watch Clannad. I highly recommend it. Would you buy a new Sony handheld after the PlayStation Vita? Being that my job is covering video games, I kind of have to, but if I was just an average consumer that didn't always buy games at day one, I would hold off because they just launched the PSVR and that's not being supported super well right now. It gives me no incentives to want to go and trust them and say, hey, yeah, you screwed us over with the Vita and you are kind of doing it right now with PSVR, but sure, I'll buy a PS Vita 2 day one, sure, why not? What's your irrational fear? Snakes. I freaking hate snakes. If you comment the emoji snake, I will ban you. I will ban you. Which do you prefer? Console, PC, or handheld, and why? I prefer console just because of the convenience of knowing that it'll always work. If I buy a PS4 on launch day and I buy a game on launch and I buy one 5 years later, it'll always work on the PS4. With handhelds, I tend to play them at home, so the whole convenience of them being portable, not really a thing for me because I only play them at home usually. And in terms of PC, you can't always guarantee that things will work even if you have parts that you would think support that game, so console for sure. Why did you betray Asuna, and will the same happen to Rem one day? Oh shit, those are fighting words. Asuna's still here. Over there is a poster of her. I'm still into SAO. I'm gonna go see Ordinal Skill on Wednesday next week, so I'm filming this on Wednesday, the 22nd. But yeah, I'm still into Asuna, still like SAO, love ReZero. In fact, I have an Asuna pillow I got from a Otaku Secret Santa on Reddit, so still have that. And then I got this at Sack Anime with my friend Alan a few months ago. It's a Rem throw pillow cushion thing, so still into both of them. If there was only one thing about the Switch you could change, what would it be and why? I don't even think a lot of people know about this, but add quick charging to the Nintendo Switch. It uses USB-C, so it supports it. Allow us to quick charge our Nintendo Switches so I don't have to wait 3 hours to charge the whole damn thing. Like, my Nexus 6P can charge in a matter of minutes completely from 0 to 100% just because of quick charging, because it has USB-C. Let me do that with the Switch. It's so convenient and it just makes sense with the short battery life it has. Are there any games or sequels you wish would be made for the Switch? I want to see a new Pokemon Stadium game. More for the mini games than the actual main game itself. I mean, I like Pokemon Stadium, the main game, but I love the mini games. Like, what was it, like the Clefairies and the Jigglypuffs counting, and then the knockoff of Beyblade. Like, I love the mini games in those games. They're so much fun. Where is Mobile Luis? For those that don't know, Mobile Luis was the second channel I made for my previous tech channel. It was like a secondary extra vlog channel. I actually do plan on bringing it back and sort of using it as just like the dumping ground for anything that doesn't relate to my main channel. So, like someone asked previously if I would ever do Let's Plays. If I did a Let's Play that I just don't really care to put on this channel, it would probably go on that channel. So look up Mobile Luis on YouTube, or I'll have a link in the description. Maybe I'll use it for like mobile live streams now that I could do that on my phone. So we'll see what ends up happening with that channel. Favorite anime from last year or all time? From all time, Clannad, because Clannad's like the first anime that just messed me up emotionally and it scarred me for life. I love Clannad. Favorite anime of last year? ReZero. I love ReZero. So still obsessed with it. Hope we get to season 2. Do you think that it's worth getting a Nintendo Switch Pro controller or not? I'm kind of on the fence about it because of the hefty price tag. The only reason I could see you getting a Pro controller at launch is to play Breath of the Wild with that, but other than that, all the other games play fine with the Joy-Cons. Another title I would say to get the Switch Pro controller for is Splatoon 2, but that's not out till summer. So it's not something you have to buy day one. Probably eventually down the line, once there's like a game that really supports it really well with its controller scheme, I would say get it, but it's definitely not like a Pro day one launch thing. If you could have Nintendo make a mini version of any other console/handheld loaded with games, what would it be? N64 Classic Edition, definitely. I inherited an N64 and Super Nintendo when I was born, so like my father already had the two systems, so both of them were my main systems, but definitely played N64 the most. I would love to see Smash, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, Kirby Crystal Shards, Paper Mario, Mario 64, Mario Kart. There's so many games on that system that I really love, and I'd love to see a Classic Edition version of it. I love it. And those are all the questions I can get through today. Thank you to everyone that sent one in because we got a ton of them this month. I'm going to try to do this series at least once a month from now on, so if you've been too shy to send in a question before, please comment one below or send one through social networks through the hashtag AskGVN, or better yet, Snapchat. I really like Snapchat and Twitter video for that interaction. I can put you in through a video and it's just more interactive that way. I really like that. Thank you to everyone that's wished me a happy birthday so far, even though it's kind of early. My birthday is on Friday, at least Friday from when I'm filming this, on the 24th of February, so thank you for all the early birthday wishes. I'm turning 21. Thank you to Saul, first of all. He hooked me up with an, what the hell is it called, an Echo Dot, so now I could turn on and off the lights in my room with my voice, making me more lazy than ever, so thank you. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting that like button, and subscribe to be notified whenever I release more content like this one. You also definitely want to subscribe if you want to see more Nintendo Switch content, because I may or may not be getting one early from Nintendo, and may or may not be uploading some reviews and unboxings soon, so I'm just saying, if you want to subscribe, the button is right there. While you wait for my next video, here are two other videos I recently did. You can also click on that button to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can scan the Snapchat code to follow me on Snapchat. Thank you all very much for watching, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.